All right. Well, welcome to my pre-recorded version of this lesson. If you weren't able to make it for our live lesson, then this should work. This is my first attempt doing it, and we're just gonna go for it. So we'll see how it goes. So I'm gonna start out by sharing screen, and since this video is intended for both CalAv and Mesa, I'm just gonna sing both songs. So I hope you're okay with that. Grab my guitar. When the sunny weather shines or the rain is starting in the fall, then I rise for breakfast knowing it's the place that I love best of all. California Avenue, I can't wait to get to you. Riverbank, let's get going. See my smile as I'm walking down the hall. California Avenue, learning's what I'm here to do. It's language and history, science and math. We want to be successful, so we walk the scholar's path. Our teachers told us don't be late, but that's not why I can hardly wait. It's knowledge that we celebrate. California Avenue. All right, let's do our Mesa Verde song. Gonna talk about a place that's a special part of our lives. That's Mesa, a special place to learn to read and play and write. Mesa Verde, where the ABCs for me are not a chore but set me free, where we can go to be the best that we can be. All Mesa, talk about Mesa Verde, that's my school. There's a place in Riverbank where kids all smile. That's Mesa, and teachers never mind us staying a while. Mesa Verde, there's a blue sky way up high, and a river that runs by, and the fog just comes and goes as the time flies. Our Mesa, talking about Mesa Verde, talking about right here in sunny California. That's my home. That's my home. That's my home. Okay, so this week's lesson is going to be on rhythms and beat, and we're going to do a lesson that if you're one of my 4th or 5th graders, we've done this lesson or done this unit many times before, but we've never done it online before, and I've certainly never done it pre-recorded before, but I think this will go well. So today we will identify, define, and perform rhythms and beats. The identification is going to be pretty easy doing online, and so is the definition. So identifying and defining we can do that no problem. The performing is a little bit more challenging online. And so that's really what we're going to be focusing on here. Primarily performance, but we're also going to just review identifying and defining rhythms and beat. So you can follow along. If you're watching on your computer, you can follow along with your mouse, or you can track along with your finger the way we would do in person. And let's read it together. Ready, go. Today we will identify, define, and perform rhythms and beat. So let's start out by defining beat. Beat is a steady pulse that sets the speed of the music. And I've actually got right here, I've got a metronome. It's actually on my phone and I'm just playing it through my Bluetooth speaker. But you can hear this. And it's going at about 70 beats per minute. And a metronome is a really useful tool for musicians to use while practicing. I use it almost every day when I'm practicing. Not this particular metronome, because I have a like wooden metronome that I like to use. But metronome is very handy because the beat doesn't change speed. And we really like that. And so that helps us just keep a steady beat. And so I might be playing notes that are slower or faster than that 70 beats per minute, but that is always going to keep my pulse. And then rhythm, let's define rhythm. Rhythms are patterns in music that happen over a steady beat. So let's actually go back over both of these and let's read them together the way we would do with our objective, okay? So let's read this. Beat is a steady pulse that sets the speed of the music. And ready, together. Beat is a steady pulse that sets the speed of the music. And my mouse hand is a little crazy right now. And then let's do the same thing with this definition too, that rhythms are patterns in music that happen over a steady beat. Ready and together, let's go. Rhythms are patterns in music that happen over a steady beat. Good. Beat and rhythm both have to do with time. There's one of my favorite gifts right here is this spiral clock thing. If you stare at it too long, it'll maybe make you dizzy. I don't know. And here I've got a rhythm on top of a beat. Those both can be going at the same time, so we can have our beat going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. But our rhythm is going to be going ta, ta, ti, ti, ta, ti, 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 ta. Or I'll point along ta, ta, ti, ti, ta, ti, 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 ta. So important thing for us to remember, this is sort of our mantra for this, is rhythm changes, beat stays the same. So let's read that together. Ready, go. Rhythm changes, beat stays the same. Good. So we'll go over our note values here. Since this is pre-recorded, I can't really ask for your feedback on this or any answers, but we'll go over this. So this first one right here, do you remember what it's called? I'm going to give you a little bit of time to see if you can think of it before I tell you. Okay, so if you were thinking that this is a whole note, you are correct. Do you remember how many beats it gets? See if you can think of it. And you can just say it out loud to yourself, and I'll be thankful that you did, though I won't really know. So this has 4 beats. So if you were thinking 4 beats, you were correct. Let's go down to the next one. So the whole note gets 4 beats. Before we go down to the next one, the whole note gets 4 beats. So we're going to perform it like this. There's 2 ways we can do it. We can go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that. Or we can do great big whole note. Great big whole note. Okay. I'm going to go down. Actually, you know what? Let me try something. I'm going to unshare my screen there so that you can see me, so that when I do the whole notes, this is how our whole notes look. So we'll clap it like this. Great big whole note. Great big whole note. Great big whole note. Or 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that. Okay, I'm going to reshare my screen here so we can go to the next one. So next one here is the half note. And the half note, do you remember how many beats it gets? I'll give you a little time to think about it. So if you're thinking 2 beats, you are correct. And I accidentally gave away the name of it, so lucky you. So the half note gets 2 beats. So if you were thinking 2 beats, you were correct. So the half note is going to be 1 clap every 2 beats. Half note, half note, half note, half note. Or 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's go on to the next one here. As we have, what is this called? Do you remember what it's called? I'll give you some time to think about it. If you were thinking quarter note, you are correct. How many beats does it get? Remember, a half note is half of a whole note, and a quarter note is half of a half note. So what's half of 2? Half of 2 would be 1, right? So this gets 1 beat. So we're going to be performing it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or ta, 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 ta. And I like both ways because they're useful ways to count. And then down at the bottom, we have 2 different kinds of, what are they called? I'm going to pause and let you think about it. See if you can remember the name. If you were thinking 8th notes, you are correct. These are 8th notes, and they get, do you remember how many beats? It's a tricky one. I'll give you an extra hint. It's a fraction. So if you're thinking 1/2 a beat, you are correct. So the 8th notes each get half a beat. And that's starting to get pretty fast now, because now we have 2 8th notes in every beat, like this. T, 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 or 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and like that. We're going to keep on going. I made these slides many years ago, but I'm going to actually skip past it right now. So we remember the names of the notes. Whole note gets 4 beats, half note gets 2 beats, quarter note gets 1 beat, and 8th note gets half a beat. So this is what I'm going to do. Since you are here watching the video and can't really interact with me, you can still give your answer, and then I will show each slide, and you can give your answer, speak it to yourself, and then I will say the answer. So I'll give you some time to answer it yourself, and then find out if you're right. Okay, so let's do it. This is a whole note. It gets 4 beats. This is a half note. It gets 2 beats. You see how this works? So just see if you can answer it before then. What's this one? This is a quarter note. It gets 1 beat. It's an 8th note. Half a beat. Whole note, 4 beats. 8th note, half a beat. Quarter note, 1 beat. Half note, 2 beats. 8th note, half a beat. Half note, 2 beats. Whole note, 4 beats. Quarter note, 1 beat. Okay, so now we're going to do the performing one. And like I said earlier, this is the tricky part, but I think that we can do it. And so we're going to try it this way. And if it works out for you, then please feel free to let me know if you like this video. If it's on YouTube, give me a thumbs up. Not that it really helps me out. I don't have very many views on YouTube, but it's nice. I like it. Okay, so we've got our quarter notes here. We're going to use our T's and Ta's for reading the rhythms that I have here. So I've got a few rhythms. If you've had me last year or the year before, then you're probably familiar with these exercises. So we're going to do that. So I will count you off and give you an opportunity to perform it yourself to the metronome. And then we'll do it again, and I will do it, and you can do it with me. I'll do it a couple times. Okay? Here we go. Okay, just you. 1, 2, here we go. Now me. 1, 2, here we go. Ta, 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 ta. Let's do it together. And ready, go. Ta, 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 ta. One more time. And here we go. Ta, 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 ta. Let's go to the next one. 2, here we go. You. Now us. 1, 2, together, go. Ta, ta, ti, ti, ta. Again. 1, 2, here we go. Ta, ta, ti, ti, ta. Good. We're getting the hang of it. See if you can do this with me. 1, 2, here we go. Ti, ti, ta, ti, ti, ta. Again. 1, 2, again, and go. Ti, ti, ta, ti, ti, ta. 1, 2, together, go. T, 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 T. Again, and here we go. T, 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 T. Let's keep it going. 1, 2, ready, go. Half note. Ta, ta. Again, 1, 2, here we go. Half note. Ta, ta. See if you can do it by yourself. 1, 2, just you go. Let's do it again. 1, 2, just by yourself and go. Good. Half note. Ta, ta. Good. Let's do this one. 1, 2, just you and go. Again. 1, 2, just you go. Together, us, ready, go. Ta, ta, half note. Ta, ta, half note. I just repeated that because I wanted to. Now let's do this one. 1, 2, just you go. And together, 2, here we go. Ti, ti, ta, ta, ta. Ti, ti, ta, ta, ta. Okay, for these trickier ones, let's do them together. 1, 2, ready, go. Ti, ti, ta, ti, ti, ta. Ti, ti, ta, ti, ti, ta. Again. 1, 2, ready, go. Ti, ti, ta, ti, ti, ta. Ti, ti, ta, ti, ti, ta. Next one. Oh, we've got a rest here. I'm going to pause the metronome for a second. So we've got the rest here. So remember, this is a quarter rest. It gets 1 beat, and we say shh, and we do not clap on that one. Rest means that it's going to be quiet during that time. So while we're practicing reading those rhythms, we're going to replace that silence with a shh. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, just you go. us together. And here we go. T, T, sh, T, T, sh, T, T, sh, T, T, sh. Good. Let's do the next one. 2, together, go. T, 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 ta. T, 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 ta. Let's do the next one. Here we go. Ta, ta, T, 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 ta, ta, T, 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 T. Next one. Oh, yeah. 1, 2. Here we go. Oh, wait. Yeah. I put that in as a joke. I hope you enjoyed. Let's do this one. We're going to do just the first line here. So first 4 measures. 1, 2, ready, go. Let's do it again. I'll count it out with you. 1, 2, here we go. T, T, ta, 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 T, T, ta, 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 T, T, ta, 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 T, T. And we'll do it again, and I'll clap this time. 1, 2, here we go. T, T, ta, 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 T, T, ta, 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 T, T, ta, 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 T, T. Let's do the second one. Ready? 1, 2, here we go. Just you. And let's do it together. And here we go. T, 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 ta, ta. T, T, ta, T, T, ta. T, T, ta, ta, T, T, ta, T, 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 ta. I messed up a little there. Let's do it one more time. I'll clap it with you. 1, 2, ready, go. T, 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 ta, ta. T, T, ta, T, T, ta. T, T, ta, ta, T, T, ta, T, 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 ta. 1, 2, just you, and second line. So hopefully you did better on your own this last time than you did the first time you did it by yourself. Let's do the third line. 1, 2, together, go. Ta, T, T, ta, T, T, ta, ta, T, 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 ta, T, 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 ta, T, T. And let's do it again. 1, 2, ready, go. Ta, T, T, ta, T, T, ta, ta, T, 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 ta, T, 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 ta, T, T. Let's see, we've got about 4 minutes left or so, maybe a little bit more than that. We'll keep going. 1, 2, together, go. Ta, T, T, ta, sh, T, T, ta, sh, T, T, ta, sh, T, T, ta, T, 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 ta, sh. Let's do it again. I'll clap with you. Ready, go. Ta, T, T, ta, sh, T, T, ta, sh, T, T, ta, sh, T, T, ta, T, 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 ta, sh. Let's do the second one. 2, ready, go. Ta, T, 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 ta, T, 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 sh, T, T, sh, T, T, sh, T, 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 ta, sh. And let's do that again. 1, 2, ready, go. Ta, T, 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 ta, T, 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 sh, T, T, sh, T, T, sh, T, 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 ta, sh. And let's do the last one. And here we go. Ta, ta, sh, ta, ta, T, T, ta, T, T, ta, sh, ta, ta, T, 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 ta. Excellent. Actually, let's do it one more time. 1, 2, ready, go. Ta, ta, sh, ta, ta, T, T, ta, T, T, ta, sh, ta, ta, T, 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 ta. Awesome. Hopefully, as you're watching, you were doing the exercises with me. And if you did, thank you so very much for doing that. You'll always learn a lot better if you actually practice doing it. So I can think about the guitar all I want, but it makes so much of a bigger difference if I actually practice it. So we're going to go back over our objective again and see what did we do. So today, our objective is that today we will identify, define, and perform rhythms and beats. So let's think about it. Did we identify rhythms and beats? I think we probably did a good job at that. We did that at the beginning. I didn't really test you on it, but I made sure that we remembered. Oops, where is it? There we go. We defined rhythm and beats. Okay. Let's see, did we define, or yeah, we defined it. Did we identify it? Did right there. But again, I mostly identified that for you. So we didn't put a lot of focus on those first two. But like I said, I really wanted to focus on performing today. And in our other lessons, we will do more on identifying and defining. So did we do that? Well, if you were following along and you were doing these exercises here, then yes, we definitely performed rhythms and beats. So that is the end of our lesson. Thank you very, very much. I'm going to unshare my screen so you can look at my face again. And I'm going to move it right down there so that I can at least be looking in the direction of the camera. I have two screens. So thank you very, very much for watching the video and for following along. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you got a lot out of it. So I will see you next time. Thank you, everybody. Bye.